Hey guys, it's Melanie and happy Tuesday. Welcome to my February home fragrance empties. This is probably the smallest home fragrance empties I have had in a while. Reason being is that with the stuff that we've had going on around here, I really haven't been melting and burning quite as frequently as I normally do. So if you are newer to my channel, we are in the process of, well, we have sold our house, but we're packing things up. We put the house on the market at the end of January, beginning of February, and so during the times that we were doing showings and stuff, I obviously didn't light a whole bunch of scented things. I stuck with very basic vanilla scents, and so you'll see a lot of that in here. And here comes my cat, because this is how we do things in my videos. So yeah, I don't have a ton of stuff to show you guys, but what I did go through, I'll just share it right now. Okay, so there's actually a couple of these in here. These being raspberry peach macaron candles. This is one of my favorite all-time scents from Bath & Body Works, and it was recently re-released. And I do believe it might be coming back again in some kind of spring collection. I honestly have not been keeping up with a lot of Bath & Body Works news because I am on a little bit of a candle no to low buy. I'm not saying that I'm not open to purchasing any home fragrance, but I am trying to use up the bulk of what I have prior to buying anything else. So anyway, I finished up 2 of these. You will notice that the wicks are all wonky-doo here. Reason is that I put these in my candle crocks when they got to the halfway point, not for any other particular reason besides the fact that I got more fragrance out of them that way. These actually burned pretty well for me, a lot better than the original Raspberry Peach Macaron Performance, which was kind of questionable, but anyway, yeah, so 2 of these are gone. I have plenty more, so I'm not worried about running low anytime soon. I also finished another Mary Cookie. I actually did have this in my candle crock while we were doing our showings for the house. And Mary Cookie is just a good basic sugar cookie scent. So I had this in the kitchen downstairs, and you can see that I basically just put it in the crock to start with. I didn't even ever light this one. I have been doing that with some of my candles lately, and I find that to be a great way for me to get through a lot more of them. Some people might view this as wasteful, but I'm still getting the same amount, if not more, actual home fragrance out of the candle by putting them in the crock as I would burning them. So it's not really a waste in my eyes. There's no fragrance left in this, and I was able to get a solid week of 24-hour melting out of this, because once I turn my crocks on, I just leave them until the scent is completely dissipated. So anyway, there's that. Oh look, here's another raspberry peach macaron. This is one of my mason jars from back in the day, and I actually also just put this one in the crock in my bedroom to start with, so I never even lit this one. There is the tiniest amount of scent in this, but I really couldn't smell it anymore, and so I ended up taking it out, but you know, same thing. Delightful and delicious. Okay, I finished up, these are from Sensible Magic. This was her nutmeg and spice dupe for Bath & Body Works. It was really good. I don't know if she has it on her website now, but you can certainly go check her website out and see if it's on there. It's very similar to Bath & Body Works nutmeg and spice, but this had a little bit more spice in it, if you will. The Bath & Body Works version was more nutmeg, creamy nutmeg. This is creamy nutmeg with cinnamon and just more of like a spice undertone, if that makes sense. But this was really good. I really enjoyed this a lot. Finished up Le Petit Macaron from Swan Creek Candles. You can find Swan Creek Candles at swancreekcandles.com. So that's where you can find this. This was a fall limited edition scent, and I don't know if it's still available, but you can definitely check their website. French Autumn from Goose Creek. So I don't purchase from Goose Creek anymore, and some of you were asking why. I don't like some of their business practices. I know that they like to get rid of bad reviews. They don't like when people don't leave their products, you know, less than 5-star reviews. And and there was just one other thing that they did that really didn't have anything to do with me, but it just left a bad taste in my mouth when I heard about this story. So for me personally, I don't have to support this company. There are lots of other candle and wax melt companies out there. The only bummer is that I actually really do like this scent. I don't know if they still have it available. I haven't been on their website in forever, but it's a really delicious, like floral fruity scent. If you still buy from Goose Creek and they have this, I think it's worth checking out if you like fruity scents. We've got some Scentsy bars here. Sweet plum pastry, which I absolutely adore. And I think, yeah, there's just one sweet plum pastry in here. I love this. It's not available right now, but it is a plum tart fragrance. There's this really nice tart plum note that comes through. It's sweet, but not cloying. It's got a little bit of like a hint of like spiciness to it, but not in that like overwhelming like cinnamon, like red hot cinnamon overload type of way, just very subtle. And then you get that like crust note that you would with a tart. So this is absolutely amazing and I love it. If this ever comes back and bring back my bar, I will be buying a lot. I'm trying to grab all 3 of these at once. So I went through 2 sugar cookies. This is what I was melting when we were doing our showings. And then for actually a couple days of the showings, I did a cube of apple butter frosting with a cube of sugar cookie, which gave me that like apple pie baking in the background type of fragrance. I only used this in 2 warmers throughout the entire house, so it was really kind of subdued, but it was just enough of a hint of fragrance that everybody loved it. One of the things that people kept saying about our house is that it smelled absolutely amazing, which I loved hearing because we obviously do have pets. We have a cat who is getting ready to knock my camera over and a dog. So, you know, for me it was important to not have it smell like cat or dog in the house. I'm very clean. You know, the dog goes potty outside, the cat uses a litter box, and I'm very like fastidious about cleaning out the litter box every single day. But, you know, you can still have pet smells in your house, and I just didn't want people to like notice that first thing. So anyway, these were great. Got lots of good feedback, and yeah, went over well. If you're selling your house, apple butter frosting and sugar cookie, or just sugar cookie by itself, it's a real winner. Okay, toasted marshmallow from Timber Ridge Gifts and birthday cake from Timber Ridge Gifts. Both really nice, just light, basic kind of vanilla type base scents. The toasted marshmallow really does have like a toasted marshmallow smell to it. It's very good. Timber Ridge Gifts, you can actually find at timberridgegifts.com as well. If I have time, honestly, I'm a little strapped for time right now, I'll be honest. Google it if I forget to put it in the description box, but definitely worth checking this out if it's currently available from him. Birthday cake is another amazing, just funfetti birthday cake scent. These lasted me a good 2 days of 24-hour melting. Very similar in performance to the Swan Creek, so there you go. And then the very last thing that I want to mention are just a couple of, well actually just one. This is, I don't think this is the very last. I think I have one more. This is my second to last Wallflower in Nutmeg and Spice from Bath & Body Works. I tried some of the newer Bath & Body Works Wallflowers and got extremely ill from them. They just smelled so much more chemically and just disgusting than this like older one that I had left over from several years ago. I'm bummed. I used to love Wallflowers. I have so many of the cute little plug-ins. I've never had any issues with them. I know that some people say that they're a fire hazard. I've never had a problem, but I also replaced my plugs fairly frequently. I would usually only have them for a couple years before I would toss them and get new ones, and so for me that never created any issues, and yeah, but anyway, I just won't be using them going forward because they're just very irritating to my lungs now. So anyway, that's everything. That's all the home fragrance stuff that I used up this month. So pretty slow month. I think that March is also going to be a little bit slower, to be honest. Most of my stuff is packed up at this point. Our new house is definitely a little bit larger, so I will have more rooms to put Scentsy warmers in, and so I have a feeling I will go through a larger part of my stash. I'm planning on chunking up a lot of my Bath & Body Works candles and just using them in warmers throughout the house instead of burning them. I might try to also get my hands on a couple more Crocs to be able to use as well. But the way that like my preferred method for chunking these up is to pop these in the freezer for like 15-20 minutes, and usually what you can do is you can take them out and they will have loosened from the side here. The wax sort of contracts. So you can usually just pop this out and then just chunk up the wax with a knife very carefully. Another way to do it is just to put this in a crock and melt it and then make your own wax melts. You can buy little silicone molds on Amazon or, I don't know, at Michael's. You can do that. There's lots of ways to go about it. And YouTube is a wonderful plethora of information for how to make your own wax melts. But that's what I'm planning on doing, and I think that's going to help me get through a large chunk of my stash over the next year, which is my ultimate goal. Anyway, let me know what you finished up this month, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you tomorrow for my beauty empties. Take care. Bye.